Did it not go well for you?
With all due respect, kick him.
Talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
You holler at your girl. Sniffing those.
Do you talk to Issa behind Rico's back? Come on, Pepe. You can't do that.
Whoa!
The only time I've DM'd her is to like she started modding up all those fucking Jews, and then they would like mod abuse me, and I did
Okay,
that.
be honest. That's not the only time you DM'd her. That's the first time you DM'd her.
Yeah, I've never hit on her, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
With all due respect.
It's not me. It's not me you have to answer to. It's Rico.
Yep.
Whoa.
I'm not going to Europe for some woman.
Okay,
who's a beaner.
We're talking about
Did you send Don to the audience?
Yeah.
Let's go! The law is back!
Wait, Pepe, did you really back channel Issa?
Yeah, back channeled her. We had because on
Sounds like a lot of tap dancing.
Telegram.
Wait, did you?
Yeah. It took forever for us to get the.
There's the creator of the AI. Of course. That thing does not have intelligence. And that's something intelligent.
Hate all that is childish conversation. No matter what you try to impress.
Pretty wild, right?
Explain.
I think he's having his own conversation, man.
Yeah, like Toma, you're a God believer, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're a Christian, right?
I don't have a label.
Okay, so why do you deny Christianity?
Because when you're talking about Christians, you're talking
What's
about...
that buzzing, for Christ's sake?
Hold on, love.
When you're talking about Christians, you're talking about a group of people that believe a certain thing. They're wrong, I just don't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you think they're incorrect. That's why you don't agree. They're wrong.
You ain't gotta get so emotional about it.
If somebody said something to you and you took it with a
Bro, please. Can you please fix that fucking loud ringing, man? What is that?
My bad, I drive, I'm a cable guy, so my truck is beeping. So
Holy shit.
Turn it off.
I mean, I wouldn't say anything if I didn't have a fucking Apple headphone in and it wasn't like penetrating my brain.
Yeah, you can sit nicer, you can act nicer too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Toma, you're being a little dishonest here. I mean, you said you're not a Christian. I asked you why you think they're wrong. You're like, well, they're not wrong. They just believe shit that I don't think is real. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? You just think they're wrong, right?
I'm not gonna tell somebody that they're wrong.
It doesn't matter. I'm not asking you to go up to Christians in church and tell them they're wrong, right? You're making a big deal out of this.
But you're using this wrong and right thing. You're the one that's
because you think they're wrong. That's why you don't call yourself a Christian, right?
No, that's not why I don't.
Okay. Okay. So why aren't you a Christian? Why do you have such a hard time just saying that you think they're wrong? Why is that so hard for you?
I don't know. I don't know where you're trying to get at, man.
Why are you so afraid
You
of being
see,
trapped?
he's basically, yeah, man. Whoa, bro, this is like some online social audio bullying or something, man. You're like putting people in boxes and stuff. Who are you, man? Who are you?
Who hurt me because you don't want to just say things are wrong?
Nah, because you're being
stop
aggressive.
whining,
That's
bro.
why. You're being aggressive.
Right,
You're
these
being
whiny
aggressive.
bitches, dude.
A little triggered, man. He's trying to get
I'm not triggered at all. I asked you a simple question.
You're trying to get me to call you out of your name, so you call me out of my name.
What?
This is what you call misery, right? Like people like you are miserable.
Stop trying to psychoanalyze me.
Nah. People like you are miserable because you're trying to get.
You drive a lot.
Hold up, guys. Come on. This is supposed to be the debate. Let's not do the ad homs. Let's not do the ad homs. It literally says debate in the title.
No, this is not a debate. You didn't come here to debate. You came here to argue.
They're out of here.
That's called miserable.
Cora. Armando's so funny, dude.
Yeah, they're leaving me to deal with you too.
Yeah, so Toma, listen, it's very simple. Look, if you ask me, are you a Christian? I say no. And then if you say why, I go, because I think it's stupid, it's silly, and it's wrong. Now I ask you the same question. I'm not here to say they're wrong. I'm not here to say they're right about stuff.
I don't think like you though. Me and you have two different ways of thinking. That's possible, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So do you think
Diego, back me up here. So, we all know you can get naked with a woman, roll around in the sack, and not fuck her. Put your penis inside of her and not fuck her. So, the idea that because the proceeding has happened, he's ipso facto fucked her, does not follow. He has not fucked her. I mean, for all intents and purposes, we can clearly see as men that he has not, in fact, fucked her. If he had fucked her, he would not have gotten fucked by her. Oh, shit.
No, I fucked some crazy ass women that were.
Shut up, Pepe, we're not talking to you! Fucking spick.
Are you waiting for a response from Diego?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to back me up on that.
No, he's right. He's right. Look, first of all, with all due respect, Rico, I'm guessing you used a condom? Let's right there.
Rico, you don't answer that question.
You know what's really weird is that I've met like some of the sweetest, nicest girls. Like I actually, my ex, she seemed like super shy and like nice and dude. But then like once you're like in a relationship with her long enough, she's the fucking like a demon. This horrible.
Back to demons. Also, we were talking about it before you came in. Demons, not
Oh.
I guess there was some kind of connection, right, Diego?
There's a connection, yeah. Demons and women? Even Diogenes will agree with that.
Wow, Diego, it sounds like you've got Presencia under control. Well done, my man. I commend you.
I've been, it just takes a different approach, you know, one of decor.
Absolutely.
Presencia, where do you live in? So I think it was Norm. I think he said you lived in Canada, but I thought you lived in like Kentucky or some shit.
Don't ask direct questions to Diego's bride, you fucking disrespectful interloper.
Yeah, Pepe, you need to ask Diego that question.
No, I was asking Presencia or Diego. Do you live in Canada or America?
Are you deaf?
Oh, Hitler!
You don't mean it though. You don't mean it. You think it's a joke. You think it's funny. I have worked so
Reporting these fuckers. They're all going out. She thinks she's running for Congress and she's saying Heil Hitler and I'm fucking clown house.
Your limp, phallus, unapologetic, retarded conservative movement is trying to co-opt the glory of the National Socialist German Workers' Party. And if you have any love for the Fuhrer, you will renounce this milquetoast, half-baked bullshit immediately.
Dodgy, she scared off Rico.
According to Issa and her experiences in bed with him, he's easily scared off.
But it's not his fault, it's her fault.
Oh.
Oh no, Edmund just streamed me to the millions and millions of Mossad agents, his fellow Mossad agents. What do I do? What do I do?
Will you say white power, Angel? Angel?
What?
She's not white.
Say white power.
She's not white. She's not allowed to say that.
I don't care. I want her to say it.
Diogenes, suck it up. I'm the real Caucasian here, the only one on this page.
She is not Kurdish, what do you call it? Pashtun.
Blood right here.
The Pashtuns are kind of like related to us, distantly.
Liar.
The real Aryan blood right here.
So tell me, German workers, tell me about how you're going to vote for Trump and how it's the best decision you've ever made, and you're more enthusiastic about it than ever before.
I cannot wait for my leader to take office and kick ass.
Okay, so let's go ahead and set some how would I say this? let's go ahead and set some expectations. And then let's go ahead and get you on the record. So as we move into the second term for Donald Trump, that we've established what exactly it would take for you to admit that you were wrong. Okay? And so in order to do that, we're going to have to know what it is for you to have been right. Okay? Fair enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I almost feel like I'm wasting my time. Looking at your PTR, you are so completely immersed in the uniparty rhetoric. You're
I'm very well aware of the uniparty rhetoric.
No, you're not.
Yes,
you're advancing it.
I am.
You're advancing. All right. Okay. Well, it's good to see you, Diego. How's ultraderecha going?
You know, we
hold it down.
We did get a visit in what was it, 1937 from Hitler, but we don't consider ourselves fascists, more so as ultra-right, and we locked down the country to make sure that the degeneracy would not seep into the country. And we kept it, and what we did was, once we got the country under control, and we had it under control for a good 30, 40 years, we did that which they said we would not do. We gave the country back to the king.
Well, you know, Hitler helped you guys in Spain, right?
He gave them the new military tanks and other shit.
Well, he transported that. I think it was Franco said, "Hey, man, I need to get these troops from here to there," and Hitler said, "We got you.
Say no more.
Say no more." Yeah, that's right. Game respects game.
So, question, Diego, what's your understanding of fascism?
Fascism?
Yes. What is your understanding of fascism? What's fascism?
Fascism is it's a political movement that seeks to have the state as the most important entity, but it permits, under state authorization, people to run businesses. But
fascism. So hold on. Yeah, let's be clear. Fascism originates in Italy, right? That's an Italian political ideology. Hitler, I don't want you to conflate the National Socialist German Workers' Party with fascism, because there is a frequent conflation. There's a lack of understanding about the nuances of the actual political agenda and the actual practice of the political platform of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, in contrast to, or in sometimes comparison to, fascism. It's just to a layperson, yes, but again, if I were to stand at 10,000 feet, I could look at any different city and say, those cities look similar. But as I became more familiar with them, I would say they're nothing alike. They're very different.
So what are the what are the big differences besides the whole nation versus folk?
You're interrupting.
Well, you said there's big differences. I'm curious. I'm not familiar with the huge differences.
So the main thing about fascism is, the main characteristic of fascism is, what you described, Diego,
I did not mean to cut Diego off. I wanted to add a point of clarification as Diego continues. Go on. But I want to make sure you understood, Angel, because it sounded like you were conflating these two things. So they should not be conflated.
Diego was, which is why I asked.
And Cecilia, will you be my Spanish teacher?
No. Thank you, Diego. How dare you, Andrew? Shut your goddamn mouth before you are hung. Watch your goddamn mouth. You will not speak to another man or woman like that.
Is this the Spanish Inquisition?
Diego, mod me, and as your sergeant at arms, I swear that I shall do no more than is absolutely necessary to mete out to Andrew his just deserts for his disrespectful act.
Let me just explain the part.
I thought she was Spanish.
The part about National Socialism that Spaniards find intolerable is the papers, please aspect of it.
Yo no puedo.
Papers, please is just not our style.
Yo no puedo el papiero. I don't know. I can't do the papers. That's what you're saying. Yo no puedo.
Yeah, but we respect that that's their thing, and we will have our papers in order when we go to visit Germany, but it's not our style.
Well, Spain had its own thing with Francisco Franco, right? You don't really need. People forget that the strict Catholic monarchism of Francisco Franco was itself interesting. You don't have to resort. If you want to call someone who's Spanish a dictator,
a Spanish king.
Can we chat him up? Is it possible that we can chat him up? Maybe.
You got your wish, Diogenes.
Perfect.
He called you the G word, Diogenes, in the chat.
He called me the G word. You're all butt fuckers. You're all gay. Take the dildo out.
Diogenes, can you say papers, please?
Papers, please.
No, you gotta do it with a German accent.
Papers, please. Where are your papers? Where are your papers? Where is the paper?
Papiere, bitte.
Oh, she said, what, please? Bitte. Say it again.
Said Diego, please.
Where are your papers?
Said Diego, please.
Say, where are your papers, Angel? Say that in German. I want to try and imitate this.
Wo sind Ihre Papiere, bitte?
You're cutting out.
That's not how you say it in German. You just say, show me your papers. So, zeigen Sie mir die Papiere, bitte. Ihre Papiere. Zeigen Sie mir Ihre Papiere, bitte.
Leave off the please.
Angel, stop speaking German. You're turning him on too much.
I feel like I sound like an angry man, but okay.
Listen, Angel, let's just go ahead and establish the framework, the context, if you will, for which we will have an opportunity to consider the success or failure of the second Trump administration. Is that too much for you?
No, absolutely not. I just don't know. I just don't know where you're gonna take this. That's it. Tell me.
What is your expectation?
At this point, very low. Look, I know everything you're talking about. I understand, and I've told you this a million times. You just never listen. I understand. I'm aware of the Uni Party. I'm aware of the establishment. I'm aware of the Zionist, Satanist owning the world, including our politicians. I'm very aware of our banking system enslaving us a long time ago. I'm aware of all of that. I'm trying to work within the system in looking to seek the best results for now, for myself and what I think is right in the near future, because ultimately I know we're all doomed at this point. It's very late.
Where's your husband? Where's your husband?
He's working.
Opinion?
Why?
What's his political opinion? He thinks his wife should vote?
Yes, of course. He's very supportive of my wanting to be in politics, so.
Diogenes,
I'll bow out. Pleasure to see you, Diego, and your lovely bride. I wish you all the best and many happy returns.
He couldn't handle it.
He has a short
Luda,
fuse.
you can bring love up.
He's a very short fuse. He needs healing.
Yeah, sexual healing.
So go ahead, Angela. Explain the Zionist banking conspiracy theory that exists in your head, you ding-batted old little cunt. I'm reporting you to AIPAC, neo-Nazi. I'm letting the GOP to strike you from the ballot, you filthy, filthy Nazi. You vile, detestable, wretched whore. Sickening to hear you speak, you Nazi scum. Go back to Germany, you Afghani harlot whore. Why do you think Diogenes was so repelled by you? Because you're a despicable creature. Just like Princessia and Diego, you filthy, vile, wretched, nasty, vile, little evil woman. Wretched little creature whore.
You see what Biden administration has done to most people? Everybody's gone insane.
Including yourself, you neo-Nazi bitch.
I believe in socialism, but I kind of am not Nazi, so.
So what does that make you?
That makes me actually informed, bright, and knowledgeable.
So wait, you're an extremist, but you're a capitalist.
I don't know what you call extremist. You Jews want to define what terrorism is. You Jews want to define.
You Jews!
You think you
Jews! You Jews! You know how stupid you are, you filthy, vile, detestable little neo-Nazi Afghani whore?
He doesn't like to be called out and identified.
Who do you think you're talking to, Dr. Rothschild, you fucking idiot? My name is John, I'm in my mom's basement smoking a joint, you fucking loser. You're living in a fantasy world, you sexy beast. You should come to Chicago and make love to a real man.
Look, I know everything you're talking about.
I mean, why don't you ask Mixed if you think your conspiracy theory is actually accurate? Because Mixed would know, right? Because he's actually a real hardcore Jew. He's mixed up with all these people. Mixed, can you confirm or deny this JDS patient of ours?
I haven't heard enough of the theory.
Well, prepare to be amazed. You're gonna. You may think it's low IQ. You may think it's mental health. But either way, she is a very beautiful woman, no doubt. But her brain, her voice, they don't match the beauty of the body.
I was just waiting. Okay. Yeah. People, with all due respect, like Mixed, are very, like, martial, right? There's a lot of people here on Clubhouse. They might be intellectual, like academics, as per what it's norm now, what we call academics, are understanding because they're educated in the system, within the system, but they can't think outside the box. Anything outside the box is going to shorten their fuses. When it comes outside the box, then you're crazy, insane, because they can't explain how it works. The same thing, like atheists like him, think of people that believe in God. It's way above and beyond their understanding of how world should be, and it's not the narrative that mainstream believes, so therefore it can't be existing. So, that's why I will never argue with him. I never will.
There's no fruit in it. When did you leave Germany, Angela? Like
in 2008.
Okay. So it's over.
What part of Germany are you from?
Munich.
My family was near Mainz.
Who's the most romantic man you ever met in Germany?
An American.
The Germans aren't romantic, are they?
They're like so dry. They're so dry. The thing is, culturally, I'm very German, so to me, it was not a problem. But looking back, they're very dry. Yeah.
Do they acknowledge your femininity, or do they just treat everybody like men and women the same?
No, the problem is the whole German society has become so woke, right? Mm-hmm. Even then, before I left, and I can only imagine now how crazy it is. They're so woke, women are just insulted if you try to even treat them like a woman. That's how bad it is. And it's always been. Yeah, it's been for a long time, so it's different.
So sad.
So, if you offer privacy to a woman, that's offensive.
When you first came in, you asked, "Can I ask Keegan a question?" Or ask me a question, and that was nice. And now you're saying,
yeah.
Like, next level. Those people don't even smile at each other on principle.
Like, they've lost the belief in marriage a long time ago, decades ago. Women just don't want to get married. Men don't want to get married. You see tons of relationships for 10 years, 15 years, but they never want to get married. ton of relationships, they don't want to have kids. They just have bought into this global agenda, period. Long time ago.
They might be intellect.
Okay, I would like everybody to listen back to Angela. Angela, do you think you're intelligent?
Intelligent is relative.
Okay, do you think you're smart?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay, do you think you're beautiful?
Absolutely.
Do you think you're sophisticated?
Yes.
Do you think we should respect you?
Absolutely.
Do you think we should vote for you?
Yes.
Okay, now listen back to your playback and you tell us why you think we should agree with everything you just said. Here we go.
They might be intellectual, like academics, as per what is norm now, what we call academics, are understanding because they're educated in the system, within the system, but they can't think outside the box. Anything outside the box is going to shorten their fuses. When it comes outside the box, then you're crazy insane because they can't explain how it works. The same thing, like atheists like him, think of people that believe in God. It's way above and beyond their understanding of how the world should be, and it's not the narrative that mainstream believes, so therefore it can't be existing. So, that's why I will never argue with him. I never will.
Brewed in it. Germany, Angela?
In 2008.
What part of Germany are you from? Family was near Mainz.
Most romantic man you ever met in Germany?
An American.
Okay, so why should we respect you again?
By the way, I just heard my voice for the first time on Clubhouse, and I sound like Kelly, and I thought Kelly was annoying. I'm more annoying than Kelly, oh God.
We forgive you. Don't worry.
So, did you ever travel to Spain at that time?
I went to Andalusia, and I drove all the way from Madrid to Cordoba to Sevilla to Granada. Beautiful there, so much culture. Beautiful.
Spanish men recognize you as a woman, right?
Oh yeah, it's very different. Spanish and Italian, they're both like a bit too much, but Spanish and Italian are more of a masculine men.
There you go.
We're not cheap. We're not cheap Spaniards.
Simon, you're on low quality audio or something, man. You sound like you're in a tin can. I'll turn up. Ever put it to high? Does anybody ever do that? Put it to high? No?
How many Simons are out there?
There's so many Simons. No idea.
Motherfucker, I'm everywhere.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That's right. This looks like shit. Holy fuck.
So I got a question for the room, if you believe...
Question for the room there.
If you believe in the Freedom Caucus or the Mises Institute or your anti-Federal Reserve, because actually J.D. Vance was just in an interview talking about why he doesn't agree with Ron Paul and why he thinks there are some good things about the Federal Reserve. So from an economic, financial perspective, according to Austrian economics, don't you agree that depending on changing circumstances, you may or may not be for moralistic, sound currency, meaning that based on changing circumstances, meaning that can you really admit the situation we're in? And are you willing to throw more gasoline on the fire or remove oil from the engine? What would you do? Would you lie? Would you steal or would you be honest?
This is where people fall into sheer pragmatism. To hell with the principle of freedoms, to hell with people's rights. We have to try a new outcome and see what comes about.
Repeat your question, Edmund. Did you mean like at this point, would integrity still matter, or should we play the rigged game that they're playing?
Well, that's a good question. What do you think you should do?
If it was up to me, I'd absolutely play the rigged game.
Why?
No, you
Absolutely play the rigged game. I'm so
Why?
sick and tired of losing freedom over my standards for holding myself to the standard of integrity, which
What
the other side
standards?
is not. It's a dirty war, and there's no rules, period.
You just said you'd abandon your standards.
Right, because my freedoms that have been taken away are more important than the standards that I hold, just for the purpose of proving how much moral I have, while the other side doesn't give a damn and keep taking advantage. It's not worth it anymore.
That's what the
But then you
standard is
lose
for, so that you can hold it high.
correct.
It
At that
doesn't
point,
matter. Does not.
at that point,
All that
you-
matters is winning.
But
In that case, you have no standard.
correct.
Well, if that's what you think, then all that matters is winning.
It's just kind of a
Well,
fact.
it's not what I think. It's what you just said.
Like I said, there is no rules in war.
I mean, there are. It just doesn't have to be imposed.
No, not
By
anymore.
a third
Not
party.
when your president is being politically persecuted and prosecuted in a so-called democracy that they call it democracy. No, there's no rules. Clearly, they broke the rules first, so now it's free for all.
Well, you play by your own rules in war. I mean,
Yes, no, you don't. No, you don't. As a good leader, you don't. You adjust
What?
based on what the situation is, and you play those rules.
Okay, so you just want like an attractive leader you can flock behind?
Attractive.
Yeah, someone that you are
No, I
attracted
want a
to.
leader who can take the initiative, who can make compromise, who can change rules and not
That
stick
can
to one
attract
thing
a
and is not
following,
open to
perhaps?
think outside the box.
well,
Is
no,
it a
hold on.
leader that can attract a following?
Wait, what?
That seems oddly
Would this
specific.
leader attract a following?
Yeah, for many different reasons.
Oddly specific.
For different reasons.
So would it be fair to characterize him as attractive?
I guess, if you want to play semantics.
Right. So this attractive leader, you want him because you don't care about his policies, your standards, anyone's standards, but that guy is going to have to shift. So the only thing you're saying is you want to trust an attractive leader.
Okay, that's what you call it, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you call it.
Well, like I said, Gladio Academia comes in handy to play semantics. I don't really care. I'm result focused, so go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure exactly if you thought through the results. Like, who's this person you have in your back pocket that you can trust to lead millions that, by the way, also, like we said, will be attracted to those millions? Go ahead.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you got nobody. So it's ridiculous.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Meaning you're theorizing about you're saying the best type of government would be an attractive leader. A leader that I liked, that I enjoyed, who changed policies as suited him.
Hold on. You cannot frame a conversation based on how you want to frame it and go where you want to go, use the words you want to put in my mouth.
Go
And
ahead.
then when I give you that freedom to say, well, for the sake of conversation, go ahead, play semantics, then you frame it the way to change my whole conversation, my whole point to something that you wanted to make. That's not going to work.
No, this didn't change the point. What did you characterize
you
this
did.
amazing
You
leader
know,
that you want to
gaslighting.
follow who doesn't have any principles?
Once again, gaslighting. My point
No,
was
I'm
very
asking,
clear
what's the
and simple.
standard of this guy that changes?
My
the
point was
circumstances
very simple, straightforward.
What's the standard?
Very simple. Conservatives have been
Makes sense on the
losing
page.
because we hold ourselves to a higher standard and we say this is not what we do. We're religious, we're conservative, and that has hurt us in the past. We have lost our freedoms as a result. We may never win if we continue holding ourselves to a standard. Yes, I know you libtards would want that, but that's not going to happen. If we keep holding ourselves to that standard,
maybe a classical liberal.
You're completely leftist. You're not even aware, but most of leftists are not. Every leftist I've talked to have declined to be a leftist. Know how leftists and that's the problem with you leftists. You're not even aware you're a communist.
Okay. What of my policies?
You are not even aware that you're a communist. Exactly.
Okay.
You're a woke person. You're all for wokeism. You're an atheist. You don't believe in God.
You what? Isn't he Jewish?
She's accusing me of woke, communism, and liberalism.
Yes, you are
and atheism. Don't forget atheism.
No, she didn't say atheism. Did she say atheism?
Yeah, I said you're an atheist, yes.
Well, that's not fair.
Are you actually an atheist?
I'm not an atheist.
Okay, so, I mean,
that's very
expensive. Call you a communist.
Well, don't tell us, Rabbi.
Can we also do a speech analysis on Angela? Why does she always sound like she's in the kitchen, like crying, or at the movie theater, like scared or something? Like, why do you have this like breakup voice where it's like you're constantly fighting in the way you communicate? You sound like you're a nagging mom or something all the time in everything you talk. Yes, you can. Try to speak like an actress as opposed to some crybaby. You're a complaining woman. You've got an annoying voice. Try to be more political and speak like an intellectual. Instead, you just cry, baby.
Thank you for finessing the crowd. Thank you very much. I know I sound so annoying. I just realized that.
You're fine, Angel. You don't sound annoying.
Yeah, I don't find you sound annoying. I think you're wrong by, your assessment.
Yeah, I'm saying you're mostly short-sighted. You haven't reasoned these things through. You've adopted these principles based upon, I don't know, some charismatic guy expressing it, a teacher, a radio figure, a TV personality, someone that's espousing this like, oh, we don't need standards, let's just go out and win. And then you're following just that guy, like you're in that guy's cult, his pocket. You'll do whatever he says. He signs you up to someone that can actually win. You'll just sign up with that guy.
Everything you just said and accused me of, I actually criticize people for. To make up their opinion based on somebody else.
What are your standards?
Everything because it's funny to me.
You were going to abandon
it's hilarious to me.
Because you just wanted to win so badly.
Yes, I do, and that I.
Mixed, this woman hasn't read a book in 20 years. She stopped reading 20 years ago.
I don't think that.
Shut the fuck up. How would you know? Are you up that ass? No.
How do you know?
How do I know you're an idiot?
If the conservative movement were to die a horrible political death amongst the election looming over America's head, if such a thing were to happen, I assure you, the conservatives, because of their devout belief, their faith, and their principles, they will accept that loss and they will wait. And they will bide their time.
Look, I know everything you're talking about. I understand. Like I said, you still believe in a lot of mainstream narrative and a lot of the things that you don't have.
Abandon your principles, you have no heart.
Information or background on that.
Angela, it's a trick question, stupid. There's only two choices, good or evil, and you are choosing evil because you're stupid.
Yeah, and you're doing it kind of proudly, which is weird. And not everyone goes like, this is wrong, let's fucking do it!
Let's go.
All right, I love that I can aggregate so many men at the same time.
Aggregate? I think it's aggravate. Again, read a book, stupid.
Thank you.
Hold on. Aggression, aggregate.
Hold on. Thank you. Aggravate. Thank you very much. Hold on 1 second. Let me finish this. Yeah, so I love that I can aggravate so many
Yeah, when you go on a social audio chit-chat app and you start doing Heil Hitlers and Sig Heils, I mean, you might piss some people off, you stupid fucking neo-Nazi Jew-hating bitch.
Also, it's mostly I'm engaging because my cleaning lady kicked me out of my office while she cleans.
And I'm like
that's an interesting take.
Yeah, multitasking, double tasking, whatever. But no,
yeah, you have no standards.
Can I just speak with one person at a time? Can I speak with one person at a time?
With all due respect, kick 'em.
Well, if you want to make a state, you need some standards.
With all due respect, kick 'em.
sounds.
I was researching some of the English Civil War, like the 2 Civil Wars. It was crazy.
The War of the Roses.
No, the real war, Parliament versus the King.
Okay.
With Cromwell.
Cromwell.
Strange character.
Angela, I'm sure, knows nothing about Cromwell because Angela's never read a book in her whole life.
Cromwell was maybe a crazy English tyrant that brought peace to England.
Well, there's a great movie with some of the best actors of all time. You know, I think the movie's called Cromwell.
Interesting character. Yeah, I want to understand. I don't think even history has yet decided what to make of Cromwell.
Well, post Cromwell, wasn't there like a big, didn't Jews win the right to liberty in England after Cromwell?
That I don't know, but it was part of the Protestant reform, so there were a lot of changes happening. The Scots were making moves. Ulster got involved, right? Northern Ireland was picking sides.
Well, Jews won liberty in France and in England, A, because of Napoleon, and B, because of Cromwell. Let me get the link for you.
I don't know, but strange character. He got kind of biblical. That's why I say he was a little nuts. Because, there was so much fighting, and he was head of a battalion and maintaining order with the soldiers. He just kind of occupied and maintained order. Protector of the realm. But it couldn't, really work.
Zed, would you say Christianity is a
still in the
gay
middle of
religion?
researching it. So what?
Would you say that Christianity is a gay religion?
Gay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's just a little bit against sex. I don't think it has a healthy outlook.
You can have sex when you get married.
That's an okay outlook, but their principles with divorce aren't great. I do think they should make some more space for contraception. I just think that's good parenting planning. But I think mostly they have this perverse ideology baked in from Paul. He spoke about sex in a weird way.
So this is really interesting about Cromwell. I'm on the olivercromwell.org or the Cromwell Association. It says the Jews were expelled from England in 1290 in the reign of King Edward I. The readmission in 1656 under the Cromwellian Protectorate is interpreted by some as evidence of Cromwell's...
Yeah, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Oh. All right, well, I put the link in the chat. Can you hear it? Manasseh ben Israel. He was born in Lisbon in 1604.
No, they're coming for you. They're coming for you.
I know.
They're coming for that booty.
I wish it was Angela rolling up to my house in a lingerie for Halloween. Oh, Angela, you want to come to Chicago and make it big?
I'll be in Chicago at the end of November.
I just puked in my mouth, David. Shut the fuck up, Kermit.
Let's go, Simon. I'll come anytime. You just let me know.
Sure.
I have friends in Paris.
I've got friends in Paris. God, can you say anything more effeminate? How is that effeminate? He's a Parisian. He's a it doesn't matter. This is stupid. All right, have a great day, everyone, and God bless you. Thank you for all the content. I hope we make it big. I'm going to come to Chicago for the world premiere. Go to loveartjoy.com right now to see yourself as a star. Go to loveartjoy.com. No one cares about you, so no one cares about your consent. That was very effeminate as well. Diego, Princessia, good luck in your Laguna Beach neo-Nazi meetup. Maybe Angela will pop in for a threesome, Diego. Wink, wink, good luck. Hope you get it. And David, don't you respect? Don't you respect? Kick him. Kick him, don't you respect? Don't you respect? Kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him, kick him, don't you respect? Kick him.
What's that movie with
parents?
No,
Meet the Fockers.
where was it Tropic Thunder where?
Let me Google that for you. Let me Google that for you. Never go full retard.
Oh yeah, that's it. I believe Doofus. Yeah.
You know who impressed me the most in that movie was Tom
Simple Jack. Oh yeah. Right. Ben Stiller, Simple Jack.
All right, something about Mary.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You know who went to the same high school with Cameron Diaz?
Oh my god, I thought you were leaving.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. See, we're all on the same algorithm.
That's right.
No, Simon,
It's true, isn't it? Like we don't talk about what we look at, but truth be told, like I guarantee you, like 80% of us are all looking at the same fucking mass distribution algorithm all the time.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
So if that means that we're on the same internet algorithm or newsfeed, that also means that everybody's technically on the mainstream media narrative, and Kamala's gonna be installed.
I mean, I'm on like the carnivore stuff. I don't think that's mainstream. I just get videos of Cocker Spaniels and meat.
Cocker Spaniel meat. So I'd like to read something to you all because I know you don't read. McZad's probably the only one who spent. Shut up, Kermit. You're interrupting, Kermit. Shut up. The point is, I'm going to read something to you idiots, except for McZad, of course, because he's probably the most learned man in this room. He's an actual lawyer. He spent his whole life studying the Torah and the Talmud and everything else under the sun that's Jewish. And all you've done is in 90 days talk about a bunch of couple little bullshit things for 90 fucking days, you Jew hate losers. Here we go.
I'm going to leave once he's ready.
David, start.
Wow. Simon, go.
We're
Leave.
not learned.
Leave, Simon. Go away, atheist. I know you lost God in the 5th grade, but we don't want you here. No atheists allowed.
No, I think I was in the 2nd.
2nd grade when you lost
7.
God?
7, yeah.
All right, well, I'll just read you Marcus Aurelius.
Man, you love Marcus Aurelius.
This was
research Epicureanism more.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I read Marcus, I'm just like, man, this is like undisputable. It's like, it's very smart.
Style of writing.
You know why? Because it's so pragmatic.
Yeah, pragmatism is gay.
You are? You must be gay. Okay, stop projecting. Here we go. Here's the 31st verse of Marcus. Return to thy sober senses and call thyself back. And when thou hast roused thyself from sleep and hast perceived that they were only dreams which troubled thee, now in thy waking hours look at these, the things about thee as thou didst look at those, the dreams.
Look at these.
I consist of a little body and a soul.
Look at those.
Now to this little body all things are indifferent, for it is not able to perceive differences. But to the understanding those things only are indifferent, which are not the works of its own activity, but whatever things are in the works of its own activity, all these are in its power, and of these, however, only those which are done with reference to the present. For as to the future and the past activities of the mind, even these are for the present indifferent. Neither the labor which the hand does nor that of the foot is contrary to nature, so long as the foot does the foot's work and the hand the hand's. So then neither to a man is his labor contrary to nature, so long as it does the things of a man. But if the labor is not contrary to his nature, neither is it an evil to him. How many pleasures have been employed by robbers, patricides, tyrants? Dost thou not see how the handy craftsmen accommodate themselves up to a certain point to those who are not skilled in their craft? Nevertheless, they cling to the reason, the principles of their art, and do not endure to depart from it. Is it not strange if the architect and the physician shall have more respect to the reason, the principles of their own arts, than man to his own reason, which is common to him and the gods? Asia, Europe, are corners of the universe, all the sea a drop in the universe, Athos a little clod of the universe, all the present time is a point in eternity. All things are little, changeable, perishable, all things come from thence, from that universal ruling power, either directly proceeding or by way of sequence. And accordingly the lion's gaping jaws and that which is poisonous and every harmful thing is a thorn as mud, and are after products of the grand and beautiful. Do not then imagine that they art of another kind from that which thou dost venerate, but form a just opinion of the source of all. He who has seen present things has seen all, both everything which has taken place from all eternity, and everything which will be for time without end, for all things are of one kin and of one form. Frequently, see Migzed? He was the original Chazan. He's a Chazan. He's Hasidic. Frequently consider the connexion of all things in the universe and their relation to one another. For in a manner all things are implicated with one another, and all in this way are friendly to one another. For one thing comes in order after another, and this is by virtue of the active movement and mutual conspiration and the unity of the substance. Adapt thyself to the things with which thy lot has been cast, and the men among whom thou hast received on Clown House thy portion. Love them, but do it truly, sincerely. Every instrument, tool, vessel, if it does that for which it has been made, is well, and yet he who made it is not there. But in the things which are held together by nature, there is within, and there abides in them the power which made them. Wherefore the more is it fit to reverence this power, and to think that if thou dost live and act according to its will, everything in thee is in conformity to intent.
He swiped.
We got lucky that he swiped. Ishmael.
Yeah, what's up?
We need more reading of Philip Roth, man. That was great.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of reading. But I was thinking about that actually. But I think that, I was watching The Sopranos later in the day.
Yeah.
And I was seeing in Tony Soprano, early Sopranos, he's like rational. He seems much more evil upon rewatching. I only saw Sopranos once. But now I'm rewatching and I'm like, God, this guy Tony Soprano is like a piece of shit. He's like a fucking degenerate criminal. Like, I guess he's kind of funny, but he's not like a sympathetic character. You know what I mean? He's just killing people. He's a horrible person.
You have to look past that part. He's trying to defend his family.
I know, he's feeding his family.
Yeah, it's like Israel killing, like Palestine. Like, they're good people. They're just defending.
But he has a speech, Diego, when he's talking to his therapist, and he's like rationalizing his criminal behavior to his therapist, and he says something about how like politicians are criminals, lawmakers are criminals, like there's white collar criminals every day, and he's like, why can't I do a little gambling and prostitution? He says that. Anyway, that's my point.
Sorry, sorry, I got a phone call. If freaking McZed had been in here when you read those passages, I think we would have had an even better conversation. Because he lives in New York.
Does McZed not like Portnoy's complaint?
I don't think he's ever read Portnoy's complaint.
I asked John about it. John has never read it, but then John told me that he only recently learned how to read. Yeah.
Yeah, those passages they're great. And that last part, I mean, really, we needed the proper reader to be able to, it's just, there's something...
Like Yiddish and Hebrew sprinkled in.
Yeah. I mean, what was that word that you didn't know? Let's see if McZed knows.
Is he here? Is McZed here?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, I'm not looking at my screen. Satskala? Satkala? Satskala? T-S-A-T-S-E-K-E-L-E-H, I think. Satskala? There might be like an extra letter in there that I added unnecessarily. I'm not sure. I think it was like a whore, maybe.
Sure. Again, it sounds like an alteration of someone's name, like Satskala.
No, it was like Satskala.
I've got the book right here. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
It was at the very end, Diego. Very end.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell, but I don't know Yiddish so well.
Have you read Portnoy's complaint, Michael?
No.
Oh, amazing. What the hell kind of Jew are you? I thought you were Chabad. Is that not true?
No, I'm not Chabad.
Oh, are you Jewish?
Yep.
Again.
Are you like me? Were you raised without religion?
Nope.
Okay, here's the word.
All right, what is it?
It's okay. This is how you pronounce. This is how it's spelled. T-S-A-T-S-K-E-L-E-H.
I was pretty dead on, was I not, with my memory?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, say that again. Sak. T-S-A-K.
No. T-S-A-T-S.
T-S. Tats. Okay.
K-E-L-E-H.
Satskala. I told you. It's Satskala.
Yeah, Satskala. But I don't know what that means.
Oh no, I told her, growling from my throat. Oh no, you have got a lesson to learn, Naomi. And pressed hard to teach my lesson. Oh, you virtuous Jewess, the tables are turned, Saskala. You on the defensive now, Naomi.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a whore. I don't know what it is.
Can you explain the joke as he's taking off on the plane, his father? That thing?
You guys
might be trying to say something
inexpensive. I just looked it up. It's Yiddish.
Diego, I'm done with the checking of the bags.
What is it?
Just Google shit.
Do you like my PTR?
Everybody here has a smartphone, literally in their hand. It's not even like you have a phone, but you don't have access to it, or you have no service. If you are on this app, you are literally holding your phone. I mean, maybe you're putting it down, using headphones, but it's close by. Apparently it means an inexpensive trinket.
Well, what's inexpensive, right? You know, that's subjective.
No, it's part of
inexpensive to me is like it's $100, but inexpensive to someone on minimum wage is 50 cents. You know.
We get it, David.
But the word sounds more like Russian than anything else.
Right.
It's Yiddish.
Right.
Which is half Hebrew and half German.
Right.
It's Russian more than German.
Keegan, what's your favorite car to work on?
Satskala.
My favorite carnivore?
No, favorite car to work on.
Right.
Oh, car to work on. Favorite car to work on? I mean, really anything made by Toyota.
It's because it's easy, or is it because it's...
Very easy. Very easy.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Any Asian cars are really easy to work on.
I would say that my favorite carnivore is probably the white-tailed deer. Did you know that deer actually... Yes, they are.
The T-Rex is my
Lots of evidence. And horses, too, are carnivores.
Aren't they herbivores? They eat both?
Yeah, they're omnivores. They're opportunistic omnivore.
If you put a bunny in front of a horse, I don't think you know what to do with it.
I have seen a video of a horse eating a mouse.
Yeah, but a mouse doesn't count.
What did you say? Deer eat or carnivores eat meat?
No,
I believe deer would eat. I think so. Definitely horses. But that's another thing that you can look up.
So Toyota also includes Lexus then, because it's the same company.
Yep.
Nice. Actually, my brother has a Lexus, but I don't really like driving it. It's a little too cushy.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's too much of an easy ride. It's like you're driving on like a pillow. I'd rather have like so I can actually feel the road.
How dare someone want to just be comfortable? I like Lexus, and I like Hondas, but I do not like Acuras. They're not like, comparing luxury, I guess, like cars to I wouldn't say they're really luxury.
Like when it comes to like a Lexus Infiniti or Acura is at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like a dying breed. Like I never see like Acuras anymore.
And I don't like it. I hate Nissan. I think Nissans are they're easy to work on, but like they're cheap. They are very cheap manufactured cars. They use a lot of like aftermarket parts.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I know anybody who has a Nissan.
I know
Honda's yes, Toyota's yes. I don't know anybody who has a
Nissan Altima.
Or the Nissan, the minivan. My brother has a Nissan minivan.
It's very funny if you go to almost any single shop, any collision center, anything, they will all make the same joke that every Nissan Altima smells like weed, and it's just funny that stereotype is.
Oh, that's racist. That's racist.
I don't. Angel, are you excited for your boy Trump?
Yes, I'm very excited. Did you guys watch the rally last night at Madison Square
You mean the Nazi rally?
Yeah, the Nazi.
Oh my God!
That's what I was saying. You had to be excited last night, right, Angel?
Oh, that was like one of the best rallies ever.
Wow. All right.
Let the record show.
Yeah.
What? What are you guys talking about?
You're a Nazi.
I never denied that. I'm not a Nazi because I'm a socialist. I'm not a socialist, so therefore I can't be Nazi. The Na might be. See, I don't know.
You don't believe National Socialism could work?
Socialism never works. It's not sustainable.
Even in an ethno-state?
Maybe.
Would you be okay with an entire state being only white people? Is that okay?
An entire state being all white? Well, that's not something I prefer, but...
Have you been to Vermont?
That's not something I prefer, but I don't have anything against it.
Then how come Vermont always goes Democrat then, Keegan?
I know. Isn't that kind of crazy that they're all white? Like, is it Vermont? Am I right, Vermont, or is it New Hampshire that's the most white?
New Hampshire goes Republican sometimes, but Vermont, Vermont is very white. Yes.
That's the most white state.
That's where you got Bernie Sanders, the admitted socialist.
Yeah. Maybe he's onto something. Vermont is the most white state with 99.9% of the population identifying as white. New Hampshire is second with 98.99%.
Yeah, Keegan, what are you doing in the middle of America? You gotta go to the Northeast.
I know.
That's your utopia.
You should go to Idaho. That's where you should.
You just gotta learn how to ski.
All right, so most white state. Let's type in the most safest state now.
I know you've heard this before, but you don't sound.
Oh
white
wow!
at
It's
all.
Maine and then New Hampshire. That's weird. That's I guess correlation isn't causation, but that's just really weird. I'm just noticing a pattern.
Again, I know you've heard this before, but you don't sound white at all. For the longest time.
Really? I don't sound white. What do I sound like?
You sound black. You sound completely black. Like for the longest time, I thought you were black.
When can I say the N-word? Is that allowed yet?
Well, once Diego kicks out Edmund, then you can say it.
Oh, I'm hoping that the 3 people who watch Edmund's streams look up New Hampshire, Vermont. Look up, let's see, safest state per capita. That's the real, that's how we determine stuff, right? Safest state per capita. Well, look at that. It's still Vermont and then New Hampshire. That is weird. That's so odd. That's just odd.
It must be all the space.
when you're not living on top of each other, you seem to be nicer. Seem like you don't want to shoot up people.
Or you can try to shoot it, just saying that's very far away.
Yeah. David, also, I like that you were trying to out me in the black room this morning. Don't you ever do that again.
Wait, what did I do?
You're trying to get me up there. They all knew.
That's true. That's
and
true,
also, they know my name's been Jew for a while. I just think they're dumb.
It is funny. Yeah, I was like, well, we have a Jewish person in the audience. Why doesn't he come on?
Oh. So, Angel, if Trump loses, what is the reaction, Angel? Or do you think that people are going to be, because, I mean, to me, I keep seeing polls that are having him, actually national polls, having him winning, not just the swing state polls, right? It is pointing that Trump will win this. If Trump loses, what happens, Angel? What's the reaction from the right?
Reaction will be complete hopelessness and disaster because we will just give up on everything. I personally will give up on politics. I will just live my life one day at a time, minding my own personal business, period. Like, I will know that there is no hope for this country for sure. We're done with democracy. We're done with any hopes.
No, Keegan, what's going to happen?
Most likely also we will plan to move.
Everyone's going to yell and scream, and they're going to go to work the next day.
We will probably move to Europe or somewhere else. Definitely plan on longer term, retiring somewhere outside U.S. and Europe in general. Even if it's Europe, I'll go to where my parents are in the Mediterranean somewhere. Quiet to retire on an island. That's
it.
Keegan, I think.
Real quick, David. What would be so funny is that Trump loses, and then all the immigrants who vote for him, they all go back home, and we see the most massive mass deportation, but not by force, but rather by volunteer. That would be very funny.
You idiot! The immigrants are not your problem. The illegal immigrants are your problem, and that's why you will lose. The fringe minority, crazy nut jobs you guys are, you can't even get your agenda straight, and that's why you keep losing. And that's why people like Goat and Thugger come and keep making fun of you because you're so dumb to get your agenda straight.
I don't have an agenda. I'm just as the Joker would say, I don't have a plan. If I caught something, I don't know what I would do with it, right? I'm just a crazy man. Don't trust me. But I do think that the reaction, if Trump does lose, I truly do think that there will